Just win, baby.
Look, check it out. All black with a hoodie, snapback, with a snap on. Long white socks, me mugging like I'm King Kong. With them all black Chuck Taylors. West side and this bitch yelling Raiders. Thuggin', cause we know with it. Motherfuckers like y'all suck, but we don't give a fuck, nigga. We deal with it. Jaw jacking, getting nigga fucked up with the quickness. Parking lot squabbles, giving nigga the business. Shh, quiet, the fuck you mean? We yelling Raiders, bitch. Like fuck your team, you wanna talk your shit. Get sad like Scream Stadium, take off, nigga. Homicide scene. Oakland to LA, LA to Oakland, Las Vegas, Sin City, steady smoking. Raiders looking to get another ring like fuck y'all haters, nigga. Y'all know I mean. We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
With so much drama in the big LV, it's kinda hard being Yaya or end up C. But I, somehow, some ways, keep dropping these Raider hits like every single day. May I sip on this Henny while these haters pay attention and my name stay bitchin'. I'ma stay G'd up like a silver feed up and tucked as a burner just in case it heats up. But I'm humble, 10 toes down to never stumble. Keep doing Raider music, imitate and never double. It's like everywhere we go, it's like the same old shit. Here Raiders just suck, y'all can suck my dick. It's a nation just to prove, no need to consume, win, lose, or tie. Raider Nation keep moving, top to the bottom, bottom to the top. It's Raider Nation all day till the casket drop.
We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Welcome in this bitch like nigga, what's happening? With whiskey in my cup, turned up, Raider Nation hella active. Watch what you say, watch the yapping, nigga, don't get your ass kicked. We bout that action, I'm a goofy nigga, but I ain't no goofy nigga. Fuck around and find out he doing a two-piece nigga. Everybody knows me soon as I hit the scene. They like, Raiders, bitch, nigga, fuck your team. Champions Club, I am the one. VIP access, we do what can't be done. I do what I do, nigga, that's on the daily. Talking hella shit, give a fuck if they hate me. Only one nation, Raider Nation, and it's evident. Any other nation is irrelevant. Commitment to excellence, just win, babies, what we telling them. Shout out to the nation, you know I had to represent. Yelling Raiders, bitch, y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. With there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch, y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. With there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
Raider Nation, what is up? It is your boy Chilo Line is coming back at you with another video. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow we take on the damn Chargers. So just want to go over real quick the Charger game and some of the things that have been going on. So let's get started real quick. What should we expect to see from the Chargers? I mean, at this point in the season, I don't even know what to expect anymore. The offense has been so inconsistent. I think the only thing I can think of or that we will see would be a great effort by the defense. You know, that is probably the one thing that I'm looking forward to seeing, that I anticipate seeing. But as far as the offense, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what we're going to see, what's going to happen, who's going to show up. Is O'Connell going to come out firing at the beginning and then disappear? It's just it's hard to tell nowadays, and I think that's the frustrating part right now as Raider fans. Is where are we? What do we look forward to? What is our offense going to look like? You know, is JJ going to play? Is O'Connell going to play? You know, there's rumors out there. I know I heard this morning on one of the podcasts about this guy on Twitter who releases pictures, and I guess he's an insider. And yesterday he released a picture of Jimmy G wearing his helmet. I guess probably referencing the fact that Jimmy G might get the start. But as of now, from what I've heard, the starter is still O'Connell. I haven't seen or heard any different. So we'll see. But I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think Jimmy should start the rest of the games, or do you kind of feel like I'm at the place where I think we know what Jimmy is and what he can do, and with the kid, he's had his moments where he shines, and then he's had his moments like last week where he just was that. So where do we go from here? I'm one leaning towards just keep going with the kid. At this point, what else can you lose? I mean, going forward, I don't think Jimmy has much of a future on this team. You know, whether it's Coach AP that stays or someone else brings somebody else in. So with Jimmy, I just don't see what more he can do. I mean, I know I did say the other day I would have liked to have seen him come in, and that would be more for like a spark to see a change, to see if something happened during the game. If the same thing happens against the Chargers like it did against the Vikings, where the offense just looks dead, O'Connell looks off, the timing is off, things of that nature, then I would see like, hey, hopefully, maybe bring Jimmy in, see if he can spark something on this team and get things going for them, because we need something. We need something at this point, especially against the hated Chargers. I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is our rival. This is one of the biggest things, being here. I'm from LA. I lived in San Diego when I was in the military for a while. So I understand what that rivalry means to the Raider Nation, this rivalry between the Raiders and the Chargers. So it is one of those hated ones. And so yeah, I want to go out there and I want to get the win. I want to see what they're going to go out there, they're going to do, how the offense is going to look. Are we going to run? Are we going to pass? What is it exactly that AP and Bo have in mind? And when it comes to Bo, it's like I don't even know what to expect anymore. He's a young kid. This is his first time calling plays. Same thing can be said about AP, but at the same time, it's like how much of a pass do we give these people? How much of a pass should they get because it is their first time? And then I'm one for saying that ultimately it all comes down and it falls on the head coach, right? It falls on the head coach, and because he's ultimately responsible. And like I said the other day, I am glad that AP is one of those people that that sees that he's the one who's taking responsibilities. It's not like McDaniels would come out here and do before. So it's good. It's good for me to see that AP's the one ultimately saying that he's the one who's in charge, he's the one responsible, and things of that nature. So for roster changes, I know I did see that we have signed Brandon Parker once again to the 53-man roster. I know some people aren't a big fan, but I'm guessing this has to do a large in part with the injury to Colton Miller. Colton Miller's injury seems to be a lot more serious than maybe we thought. This is going to be another game that he's going to be possibly that he's going to miss. And then I also did see that we signed DJ Fluker to the practice squad. He recently also was a former Charger offensive lineman. So we definitely need more help on the offensive line. I know there were a few injuries in the Minnesota game. Andre James went out, things of that nature. So there's definitely going to be a lot of shuffling around when it comes to that. So let's take a look at the injury report and where we are at. So right now, as you can see, we have Curtis Bolton, groin, Monday limited practice, Tuesday limited practice. Adam Butler, same limited practice, ankle injury. Max Crosby, same thing with his knee, still having problems, did not practice. I'm hoping that's just more of a safety concern, than anything. And then hopefully we'll see Max out there. I have no doubt. Brandon Faison is one that's been on our injured reserve list most of the season. So hopefully we get to finally see him out on the field. I know the Chargers do have their big receivers. They won't have their quarterback. Herbert is out with injury. But seeing that Brandon Faison was at full participating in practice is a good sign. Josh Jacobs, as I was saying, seems like he has a bruised quad. He did not practice either day, so who knows if we'll see him. Game status is unspecified. It is Wednesday. The game is tomorrow, so it's a short week, so hopefully we'll know more. Andre James, the same. Ankle injury, did not practice. Cool. Kanaya Moaga, inside linebacker. He was the one that was actually dropped down in order to add on Brandon Parker. And then, of course, we have Colton Miller still out with the shoulder. Did not practice. And then Amik Robertson with his wrist injury on limited practices also. For the Chargers, Keenan Allen, what's new? Keenan Allen's always hurt. I know NFL Mike likes to say he's not, but I've always seen that dude does never seem to have a complete or full season. He has a heel injury, so he did not practice. Their tight end, Gerald Everett, has a hip injury. Limited practice. Their linebacker, Justin Hollis, same knee, full participant. Zion Johnson, limited. Defensive tackle, Sebastian Joseph Day, has an ankle injury, so he's been limited in practice. Deanna Leonard, ankle injury, did not practice. Kenneth Murray, full participant. I can't even say this dude. Amir Bonjamiga, a linebacker, out with the hamstring. Hamstring injuries can be, a little troubling, so limited practice. Wide receiver Josh Palmer, another one, knee injury. Full practice, so it looks like he will be returning back. Their tight end, Donald Parham. Parham has been with the shoulder injury. Limited practice. And then as well, Nick Williams, defensive tackle, limited practice. So as you can see, short week is not going to be farewell as far as the injuries and where we are at. I know a lot of people are wondering, what's the point at this time? The Raiders are technically, mathematically still as Dumb and Dumber, you would say, oh, there's still a chance, but technically out of the playoff hunt. So what are we playing for? What is there to lose? At this point, you have those big name quarterbacks coming out. And of course the Raiders would love to grab one of those. And I think we should also. But at what cost? Do we keep losing? Do we hope we keep losing so we can snag up one of those things? I, myself, personally, am one of those people that does not believe in tanking. I don't think a team or any team should tank for draft position, and for many reasons, And we'll get into that. Like, why we need to keep winning? My main thing about why we need to keep winning is, for one, I'm a fan of Coach AP. If I feel I want Coach AP to take over and be the full-time coach, he's going to have to show that. I don't think AP can finish off this season losing with a losing record and then expect to have Mark hire him as a full-time coach of the Raiders. I don't see that happening, especially if we're going to be drafting a new quarterback, implementing a new system, things of that nature. I think Coach AP has to go out there and show that he has more than just the motivational drive and push to get these guys going and produce those wins, because ultimately that's what it comes down to. Why else we need to keep on winning? A lot of these players, you don't know if they're going to be here next year. A lot of them could be playing for their future. Their future with the Raiders. We start sitting people down, what they're going to look like. We don't know. Not going out there to win. Who knows what players would be wanting to come here. If that's the type of place that Las Vegas is going to be. And then ultimately, too, is the effort that's being shown on the field. These dudes have jobs, coaches. There's other coaches besides Coach AP, I think with the exception of Coach Patrick Graham, the defense have been doing well and so exceptional. I would expect that if there is a change, that a lot of these coaches might possibly lose their jobs as well. They might lose their jobs as well. So what are we going to actually be looking into the future with these guys? Of course, they want to get ready and make sure they win so they can keep their jobs. And then one thing I will say is we talk about fan favorites all the time and how we don't want to lose them. And my main concern if we keep losing would be Josh Jacobs. I know Josh Jacobs has been one of those players where at the beginning of the year, we wanted to sign him full term. That didn't happen. He got the one year deal. And a lot of us have been like, well, it all depends on what he does, what it's going to look like, who's he going to stay. I know I was one of the people that shared that with the way he was looking with Coach AP, I could see Josh Jacobs re-signing with the team and remaining a Las Vegas Raider. If we were to continue losing, I see that changing. I don't think that Josh Jacobs stays. If we end up losing out, I think a lot of things change. We lose Coach AP. We lose Josh Jacobs. You see a lot more players become disgruntled of that sorts. And one thing I did want to bring up and talking about disgruntled is Tay. If you watch the Minnesota game, there was a couple times where you saw him upset, screaming, yelling. There was reports that he and a few other offensive players, just bounced right after the game. They didn't hang out for no meetings. They just, got their stuff, shower, dress, and got out of there before they could be interviewed. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, it's because he's mad. He doesn't want to be here. This is what we're talking about. This is why we should trade him. And I'll say this about Tay. Tay has become one of my favorite players, not only for his talents, but because of what he has represented as a Raider. He's always gone on record of saying how he wanted to be a Raider and he wants to be here. I know a lot of people said the only reason he came was to play with Derek. And then once Derek was gone, that Tay would soon be like, oh, what the hell am I doing here? I don't want to play here anymore. And I think Tay has more than proved that that's not really the truth. That's not the narrative. If he really wanted to out of here once Derek Carr was gone, I think he could have had the power to make that happen. He could have created noise, and he hasn't. Is he voice his opinion? Does he voice his concerns? Yeah, he did a lot of that when Josh McDaniels was here, and then not utilizing him. Sharing that even if he is double teamed, he's open, things of that nature. But Tay has also showed support with the changes. Being behind Jimmy when they first signed Jimmy, being behind O'Connell when O'Connell was given the helm at quarterback. So I think one of those things why we have to keep on winning is for that as well. It's for players like Davante Adams, who my point that I was getting is are competitors. He's a competitive player. So, of course, if they're not moving the ball or if the offense isn't moving, of course Davante Adams is going to be upset. He's a competitor. He wants to win. He wants the offense to perform, and he's going to get upset when it's not working, when things aren't going the way they're supposed to. So I don't think it's bad or it's being taken out of context when people see him upset. I'm glad he's getting upset instead of just being like, oh, whatever. It is what it is. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It ain't on me. Tay's out there wanting to compete, wanting to get others and make others better. So with that, I think that's one of the reasons why I think we need to keep winning. A lot of people will say, well, that's stupid. We're going to play ourselves out of a position to draft a quarterback or get a good draft placement where we don't have to trade off our futures for one of these elite quarterbacks. And by elite quarterbacks, I think for the most part, we all can come to an agreement with who they are. The order, I think, varies on who you talk to and who they favor. Obviously, there's Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, and Jaden Daniels. Those would be the top five. Then, of course, you got the J.J. McCarthy's and a few other players, quarterbacks coming out as well. But I think a lot of the focus with the team and with the nation should be focusing on the future of the team, which we finally need to look into investing and drafting a quarterback. Even with O'Connell there, like I said, I've always felt that at this point maybe O'Connell can just be a backup. If anything, be a backup, come in and get you through a couple games if need be. If your player goes down, I think we've seen this year in the NFL having a good backup is essential in the NFL. When you see a lot of these quarterbacks, fall off and drop down and things of that nature. So, yeah, I think we need to keep winning. I'm not one for tanking. I'm gonna keep cheering, covering our team, making sure I stay positive and look forward to each week. One game at a time, and hope that we win these ones. With that being said, the keys to victory for this game. Whew. I'll say this: show up. My key to victory is show up. If the offense can show up and not be so slow, show some urgency, execute, make plays, stop killing yourselves in the feet, shooting yourselves in the foot. Those penalties hurt us last game. That first initial drive when we had that 8-minute drive and then O'Connell threw the ball away and was called for intentional grounding, took us out of scoring position. There were a couple of other penalties. The same one we ended up in the red zone. We had a holding call, took us back, and then that led to the screen pass to Renfro that caused a fumble and ended up changing the game. We couldn't score. So keep that momentum going. I mean, we're playing a very underachieving Charger team, is what I would say. I know Charger fans like to go out there and make fun of the Raiders. Comes with the rivalry, but honestly, they're just as bad as we are right now. The only difference I feel is reality or real expectations were a lot higher for them. They do have a quarterback who's now been hurt in Justin Herbert with the weapons for him. And then there's issues with their coach, with Brandon Staley and him not being the one, getting it done. They did bring in a new offensive coordinator. And it seems this year the offense has just sputtered. And that's one of those things that I think we could take advantage with our defense. The first game, I was there in LA. I remember it was a good game. It was a close game. What ended up hurting us the most was Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack destroyed us on that game. He had the 6 games, and of course that turnover. That turnover at the end where O'Connell threw the interception where we were going down there ready to score and possibly take the lead and, possibly win the game. So like I was saying, my keys to victory: show up. No shooting yourselves in the foot. No costly penalties and limited turnovers. From the defense, I want to see turnovers. I'm loving the sacks. Like I said, we got to give out these sack lunches. I'm ready to eat. Max is ready to eat. I like what I saw with Tyree on the inside. Hopefully we can keep him there. Have Kuntz on the outside. See more improvement. I don't know. See if Spillane can snatch one up for us. I know Jack Jones last week almost had a pick 6. He was this close. It was a great throw, great catch by Justin Jefferson. But with this kid coming in at quarterback, I'm hoping with the pressure we put on him that we can sneak out of there, and get the dub. So my prediction for this game, I know last week against the Vikings, I said it was like 30-10. So I sometimes tend to stay or be more hopeful when it comes to us and seeing what I'm expecting. But my prediction is I say we win. It's a rivalry. We usually split the series with this team. The first game was close, and I see the second game not being as close because they don't have Justin Herbert. I think without Herbert, a struggling offense already is going to struggle even more. I don't see Staley preparing them the way other teams have probably prepared their rookies for that. So I see us coming off with a victory. I say we win that game 20-10, because we have a hard time scoring. So I'll keep it at that. And say the Raiders come out with the dub 20-10. Events and upcoming games. For those of you who follow my boy, shout out to my boy MC Raider. He will be at the XOXO Lounge on Thursday. He will be doing his live podcast from there with a special guest. Who could that ever, be? I don't know if he's announced it yet, but I wonder who that special guest can be, possibly. Maybe it is him. Who knows? But yeah, swing by the XOXO Lounge. Follow the boy, my boy MC Raider. Follow me on Instagram. We'll be sharing the location where it's at, the events. From what I've heard, he's going to be having giveaways after the game as well. There'll be specials during the game. So if you're in the area, if you're in the LA area, I believe it's in East LA area, swing by the XOXO Lounge and come watch the game. Come watch the game with us and a bunch of the Raider Nation stay out to represent. Because, we're playing LA. So obviously, a couple of the 2 Charger fans, one might be in Vegas, the other one might be here watching the game. So come out, support. We'll be out there cheering and watching the game, and hopefully he can come out with his dub. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to come out here and share with you. Quick little recap for tomorrow's matchup, Thursday Night Football. Short week. We just played Sunday, so then that means this Sunday we won't play. So I kind of hate when we don't play on Sunday, but then I also like when we do play. So as always, Raider Nation, from the womb to the tomb, Raider Nation till I die. As always, just win, baby.